expense life insurance is absolutely the easiest product that I have ever sold, and it's super lucrative for, well, the right person with the right work ethic. And that's not even why you should be selling final expense right now during the recession. In this video, I'm going to share 3 reasons why you should sell final expense now. And I'm also going to talk about the basic startup cost to buy enough final expense leads to keep you busy through your first month while you're cutting through the learning curve. Also, the type of person that can be super successful at final expense sales, and why this may be the best time ever to get into final expense sales businesses. All of this and more coming up, so stick around. I'm Douglas Massi, and right off the bat, I'm going to ask that you give the video a big old thumbs up so YouTube keeps spreading the word about Final Expense Trainer. And if you haven't subscribed, you definitely want to do that now because we're putting out new Final Expense Sales training content on a weekly basis. If you're already out in the field selling final expense, you should definitely come back to this part of the video later and click on the little tab above so that you can watch our playlist called FE Training 101 because, well, it's got videos covering all aspects of the entire final expense sales process. And if you stick around to the end of the video, I'm going to show you how to get a copy of the free New Agent Starter Kit. The first reason you should get into final expense sales on a full-time basis is because our industry is completely recession-proof. Our typical low-income senior is living off of their Social Security money that will never change. Therefore, no matter how bad the recession gets, they still make the same money. It's the same income, and they all need final expense life insurance. Number 2, not only is our business lead driven, but right now you can get high quality leads from your current upline, you should be able to, for right around $20 each. Final expense Facebook leads have changed the way that we market in our industry because, well, they come in real time and you can literally go out and knock on the prospect's door that very same day if you're out in the field selling face to face. For telephone sales, you can easily buy live transfers for usually around $30 each, which is what we use for our final expense sales platform. And yes, we do sell these type of inbound transfers to the public. So, interesting enough, unlike other businesses, you can buy a month's worth of final expense live transfers for right around $2,000, which is plenty enough to keep you busy while you're cutting through your learning curve and really working your way into a business that has years and years of renewals, which leads us to number 3. Every sale that you make that stays on the books is going to pay you a small commission every single year, at least through the first 10 years of the client having the policy. That's what we call a passive income stream, dude. You're getting paid on sales you made years ago, every single year. Sweet! With all that being said, most people think that final expense sales is something different than what it actually is. In other words, I know when I first got into the business, I was buying final expense direct mail leads in order to get in front of life insurance buyers. What I didn't know is that most of our clients are on a fixed income and basically living check to check. And I mean, some of them are in really, really bad shape financially. We also didn't realize that a lot of these folks were living in a really unhealthy and often pretty disgusting living environment. In other words, their homes were, kind of gross. Mariana and I also didn't realize that a majority of our sales, and actually all of our sales for the first several months, would come from taking the final expense leads to the prospect's front door, showing them that they actually filled out the form, reminding them about it, and pushing our way into the house so that we can make a presentation. Look, that was true years ago when we got into the business, and guess what, guys? It's true now. People don't normally answer the phone due to all the telemarketing calls that they're constantly getting. But nowadays, think about what's going on. People are kind of just hanging out. I mean, they're just sitting around watching TV and are definitely more willing to speak with a life insurance agent about buying final expense life insurance than they normally would. Which leads us to the type of character that you'll need to have to be successful at final expense sales. If you want final expense success, you should be willing to work hard and you gotta have a good work ethic. Since final expense sales is an activity-based platform, the harder you work, the more money you make, the more hours you put in each day, and the more days each week that you put into knocking on doors or being on the phone, the more money that you will make and the easier our business will actually get for you. Look guys, final expense sales rarely, if ever, works when you do it part-time or half-hearted. So you gotta put 110% into your business. It's just not the kind of business that you can do a little bit here and a little bit there and actually expect to profit or even get better at quicker. We only started to see success when Mariana and I were working out in the field around 50 plus hours per week. Some weeks were a lot more, but man, when we got through the learning curve and started to increase the amount of leads that we were working each week, the money started rolling in hand over fist. So why is right now probably the best time in the world to get into final expense life insurance sales? Guys, duh. We're getting into a deep recession. I mean, this will probably be the worst recession that our country, that the world will ever see. And since final expense sales is totally recession proof, well, now would probably be a good time to get started, right? Final expense sales is the easiest thing that I have ever done. I mean, you buy some leads, either go to the prospect's house in person and make a 30-minute presentation, or if you're doing telesales, you spend about an hour on the phone with each client that you sell. The modern e-app is amazingly easy. I'm talking stupid simple. With the e-app, you put in the client's information, and while you're answering the medical questions, the app is running a background check on the client and will actually tell you if they're going to qualify for the product that you're trying to get them approved for, that you're selling them, before you even complete the application. So if you're doing telephone sales, once you've closed the sale, you simply do a 3-way call to the insurance company. They're going to ask your client all the medical questions that's on the application, and you're going to get the approval right then and there over the phone. So no running back and forth to the client's house like we did when we first got into the business. For a copy of the free New Agent Starter Kit that I mentioned earlier in the video, just email me at doug@ufesonline.com. And if you'd like to speak with Moy about maybe joining our final expense sales team, which in most cases means higher contracts, affordable leaves, and affordable live transfers, and access to me as your personal final expense trainer, you can email me at that same address. Remember guys, when you put the needs of your clients first, everything else will usually fall right into place. Now, get on out there or get on that phone and do something good for someone today. Happy hunting.